Welcome, everyone. I'm Amy Seeley, president of Seeley Test Pros and LEAP, helping students to succeed in all kinds of tests from 8th grade to grad school throughout Ohio.
And I'm Mike Bergen, president of Chariot Learning, helping students with tests, school, and life based out of Rochester, New York.
Between the two of us today, we have over 60 years of experience at the highest levels of the test preparation and supplemental education industries.
We both love to talk and learn about the latest issues in education, testing, and admissions. So let's get down to tests and the rest. The fascinating independent educational consultant we want to profile today is Brooke Daly. We're so glad to be speaking with you today, Brooke. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
So, Brooke, can you tell us a little bit about where you are and what you do?
I am in the Raleigh, North Carolina area, and our business is Advantage College Planning. I started at the end of 2008, so we've been helping families for over 17 years, which is really fun and exciting. We have a strong focus on helping families find a good fit college and obviously helping them with the admission process. And I started actually with a strong focus on affordability.
So how did you get your start in college consulting, and what did you do before you moved into this career path?
Great question. So I went to a small liberal arts college in Burlington, Vermont called Champlain College. And while I was
Very
there,
nice. My daughter's at UVM, so right nearby.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, I love UVM. So you're familiar.
Yes.
So when I was in college, I worked part-time at Vermont Student Assistance Corporation, which is a state-run nonprofit that does outreach programs for underserved youth in the whole college planning process. So college admission, college selection, and financial aid. Then when I graduated, I ended up getting a full-time job there and stayed for 5 years, and I loved it. And we were helping students with all aspects of college planning. I then moved to North Carolina, worked for a sister company called College Foundation of North Carolina. And then I continued to see the need for parents to have some kind of guidance. Like I just saw a lot of families floundering and not understanding how admission works, how financial aid works, where do you find scholarships, which colleges offer scholarships. And I had a slightly entrepreneurial streak and decided, you know what, I'm just going to hang out a shingle and see if I can make this a go. And here I am.
So basically, you're a college counseling lifer. You've been doing it since undergrad. It's funny because, Amy and I speak to so many college counselors, and we're always interested in the different pathways. And one of the most common paths to the career is you started as an undergrad in orientation or the bursar or something like that, and you just kept going. So did you have to do any additional training to go out on your own? And what was that like? And then, how did your practice develop?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I did start by taking the UCLA college counseling program online, but I immediately got heavily involved in the professional association, so HECA and IECA. And I will tell you, I learned so much, not only through the conferences, but just getting to know colleagues and networking. And then I started our local group in Raleigh, of local college consultants. And so we would meet monthly and I was learning from them. I was hoping that they were learning from me. I think that that's one very cool thing about this industry is the collaboration. It's like no other industry I've ever seen. I mean, Mike, to your point, I don't have a lot of experiences with other industries, but I love the collaboration.
That said, those of us that do have experience outside of college counseling and test prep find our respective communities to be incredibly collegial and collaborative.
And I think that catches people off guard, right? Because they're not expecting that. But I think the sort of social service, sort of serving people kind of mentality, that is education, bringing that to, that's what we bring to entrepreneurship, I think, which is something that's unusual when you think about a traditional business like competition, so to speak, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And, one thing that I also love about this industry is that the learning never stops. So yes, it did take training in order to get up and running, but we talk as a team all the time about the importance of continued professional development. And it's something that, we just hired 2 new consultants on our team, and that is something I strongly focus on, even in the interview process, to get to know, like, is this a lifelong learner? Is this someone who has a growth mindset, who wants to keep learning? Because if you don't, this is not a good industry for you, right? Because the process is always changing. There's always something new. And so that's something that I think as a team, we really enjoy.
I'd be curious your take on this, obviously starting when you did. Do you feel like that the last probably 5 to 7 years that it's the amount of change and what to keep up with is even like kind of accelerated?
Exponential. It's yes.
Exponential, yes.
Yes.
And you're speaking as part of the Education and Training Committee for IECA, right?
Yes, I currently serve as the VP of Education and
Yeah.
Training. And it's even, I mean, it's small things that are big, right? But I think about like the trend we're seeing in the South right now with admissions. Like, if you haven't been in admissions for 5 years and you walk into it today, you would not know what's going on. Like the University of Tennessee, what?
Oh,
Like we have, it's just insane.
oh, you'll laugh.
So,
One of my client relations manager, her son got into Tennessee and didn't get into OSU, got waitlisted. And we've had this conversation like, you don't understand what a big deal is that he got into Tennessee, right?
yes.
Isn't
And
it
that used
ironic
to be
that
our
the state
safety.
of the way test scores are considered is much closer to 2019 than it is
Right.
2020 or 2021?
Sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
So, Brooke, what are some
Mhm.
of your favorite aspects of working in college consulting?
Oh, there are so many. I have to say, I have to give a shout out to my team because I love my team. And I think what I love is the different perspectives they bring. So we have consultants on our who've worked in the admissions offices at Duke and UNC. And it's so cool to continue to learn from them. But I think if I had to name a favorite part, it's really getting to know the families and the parents and the students. So, and just seeing their growth, like we start working with them when they're, as early as the second half of eighth grade. So it's so cool to see just like how they develop over their high school years and what they end up doing. And they inspire me. Like, I'm sure both of you have the experience with these teenagers. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, how are you doing this? This is amazing. So I just find it so inspirational, to watch them develop and grow and really get into their interests. And
Yeah, it's when you said that you were slightly entrepreneurial at the beginning, your private practice journey sounds like you've really flourished as an entrepreneur and business owner.
thank you, Mike. I mean, I love that aspect. I love managing my team just as much as I do working with families and students. My husband and I created CollegePlannerPro, which is, one of the software programs that many college consultants use, and we had the pleasure of selling that business too. So that was exciting and fun. And now we're in the process of starting a new business because that's what we do.
That's
That's what
amazing. I did
entrepreneurs
not
do.
know you were connected with College Planner Pro, which is certainly one of the
Yeah.
industry standard platforms.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
So, all right. So you're well steeped in all the great aspects of college counseling. Are there any aspects of this profession that you might find frustrating or challenging?
Not at all. Kidding.
Okay,
She might be
next
the first.
question.
That is Brooke.
Yeah.
I think you're the first person to sort of, oh no, it's all good.
It's all good. No, it's definitely not all good. I think the most frustrating thing for me is this year we had students apply to 240 individual, like unique colleges, and I'm really proud of that number. But what's really frustrating is when it comes down to it, the focus on rankings and what is the best college. That is, as Mark Stucker, I'll give him a shout out to your College Bound Kid podcast when he says that grinds my gears. Like that is it. When I have a student who I'm like, oh, these schools are such a good fit. And the parents are like, yeah, but where are they in the rankings? That
Mhm.
hurts my heart.
Yeah.
So I just love the focus on fit. And when you can see it, like that's what gets us so excited when we're on a college campus is I can see this student here and to know that you've made that match. And then when it comes down to making a selection, that feeling of like, oh, the families are just not going to go for it because it's not what they think is what's best. That's tough. But
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
to the credit of IECs, the amount of colleges they visit and the amount, the wealth of knowledge they have about so many colleges is to me amazing because that's why you're there. You're like, I can help to curate this experience
Yeah.
in a way because you know of so many schools. So I think that's probably almost like the disappointing part is you don't understand there's so many places I could see you at, and yet you have this sort of myopic vision of what the college has to be, you know?
Yes, exactly. And I would say, so that's probably my biggest. The other challenge, I think, is just the amount of misinformation that's out there that continues. Like, I'm hearing the same myths today that I heard in 2008. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, yeah, you would think eventually it would be like, no, we've debunked that a million times over.
Now,
It
I'm going to
still
assume you're
exists.
saying
So
this is in the part of parents, right? The miss parents.
100%. Yes. Yes,
Parents are the biggest,
exactly.
I like to say, purveyors of misinformation that exist, right?
Only because they always, I think people seem to have touch points from when they're young, and everything is in comparison to that. And things have changed a ton, not just for the way things were when we, or maybe parents even younger than us, went through the process, but even their older siblings. Things are going so quickly. So the opportunity, of course, is that, those of us who have this expert information to share, every year we're telling a new generation. It's like a new wave of
Right.
people. And,
True.
and like all of those myths that
Yes.
you're going to hear, you can just line them up and then knock them down and hope that you reach
True.
enough people.
That is 100% true, Mike.
So, Brooke, any insights you would share with any current or future independent educational consultants?
Yeah, I think I'll go back to the importance of getting involved in the professional associations. Like, I believe so wholeheartedly that that is where you should start your journey. And, you won't regret it. Like, and get involved and volunteer. Like, I have met lifelong friends in those associations and people who I can call if I have a student who is maybe wanting to go to the state of California. I can call a colleague in California. I can't overemphasize the value of getting involved. And also especially for newer consultants, I steer them to the UC college counseling program. So I have the pleasure of being an instructor for UC Berkeley, and I absolutely love that. Like, I love the mentorship and getting to know new IECs and just helping them, jumpstart their businesses. So I would say, take a heavy look at the UCs, but also get involved early and often in one of the professional associations.
That's fantastic advice. Okay, Brooke, this may be our most important question. Is there something that your colleagues would find surprising about you?
Yes. So I guess I'm going to answer that I'm a dance mom. So, and I love it. I love being a dance mom. I mean, the 5.5 minutes I have to do my daughter's hair that really should take 20 minutes, the stage makeup, like, bring it on. I love it.
Okay, so because I am not steeped in that culture, tell the uninitiated what all of that means, because I kind of know what you mean. You got your soccer moms, you got your dance moms, your hockey moms, whatever. What are the particular cultural aspects of being a dance mom?
Oh my goodness. It is a ridiculous world that I never dreamed that I would be a part of. But it involves very early mornings, late nights. Like I said, lots of makeup, hairspray. Like, you can imagine the
Lots of makeup and
backstage.
hairspray.
Yes. And the costumes. I mean, we're doing 6 costume changes, and I barely get to see her dance because I'm literally backstage
You're
just making sure
backstage.
that she has all of her things. But I love we're really fortunate. The dance studio where my daughter dances, the moms are very friendly and not competitive. But we
Unlike
get to watch.
the show, which we all know that was
Exactly.
it was rough.
Well, that's what I said. We don't all know.
Yes.
That's, admit I
Oh
never
my
saw
goodness.
it.
There is
Abby.
a reason why there's reality television around dance moms.
That makes perfect sense. Do you
Yep.
have to travel a lot?
We do. So we're in competition season right now. So almost every weekend we're on the road.
Yeah. Wow. It's a
That's
commitment.
wild.
I mean, obviously, like a sport. It is a commitment like a sport.
It sure is.
Yeah.
But you're smiling, so it's not all bad.
Yeah.
But I never
I'm here
thought
for
about
it.
the fact that you're behind the scenes, like, right, like what that takes to get the child,
Yes.
like your child ready, and then
Mhm.
possibly like missing the perform. Obviously, you're seeing them like recorded, but that is like
Right.
your
Yes.
commitment behind the scenes is critical to what she looks like and how she,
Yeah.
comes across when she's on stage. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. But it's fun. And I know the years are fleeting. Like I know I'm going to
How
miss
old is
it.
your little
So
dancer?
she's 11.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
gotcha.
I've got a few years, but
Yeah.
Your little
Awesome.
yeah.
dancer.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Brooke,
Oh,
we could surely talk about you all day. Unfortunately, we are out of time. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me, Mike. I appreciate it.
If listeners would like to get in touch with you, what's the best way for them to do that?
The easiest way would probably be our website, which is advcp.com.
Awesome. We hope you enjoyed this discussion as much as we did. Be sure to join us for another fascinating topic and guest on the next Tests and the Rest.
Did you enjoy this episode as much as we did? Find expanded links and more for this and all of our episodes at our show page at testsandtherest.com. While you're there, be sure to explore everything the larger TestBright site has to offer, including real, expert, unbiased answers to the toughest admissions testing questions. Of course, we'd love for you to rate, review, and subscribe to Test and the Rest on your favorite podcast platform. If there's a topic or guest you'd like us to feature, just let us know and spread the word.